Hey guys, this is Corey K, and I'm here to answer some questions I get about my pistol caliber carbines that I compete with. So, first things first, I'm a big fan of the JP5. It's the most reliable PCC on the market, and it's also the softest shooting. So, I guess the best way to do this is what the internet says, tip to butt. It's a pretty basic setup. It's nothing that special other than the paint. It's JP's 3-port comp, 14 5-pin and weld barrel. That's kind of the standard on PCCs for the past 6 years or so. I do run the M-LOK handguard on my PCCs. It just seems to fit better in kind of the way that we shoot. I like the slim kind of feel, and it provides a nice grip. The texture on these is really good as JP finishes them. The big thing that I do is lock pieces on the JP5. You can really tune them. There's a really intensive video that JP did on that. But I run the 70 degree in this one. This is kind of my personal gun that I'll shoot, like a 124 or the 150 Syntec. Super soft, super reliable, extremely clean, and that's kind of where the 70 degree really fits, is for games. It's just ultra reliable. I've got the UH1 on top, Defender ST on the side. I never use offset dots pretty much ever since I moved to a hollow. So the UH1 is kind of 100% of what I shoot with. But if you don't have this on the side now, Instagram kind of questions what you're doing with your life. Raptor charging handle, it's JP's for the JP5. Magwell, I've got the Magpul stock. This is probably going to be a little bit controversial, but I really like the PRS Lite on the PCCs. I actually run the PRS Lite on everything, except PRS guns where I run the PRS stock. So this is pretty much my competition gun for the past year. I'd say probably 20,000 rounds on it overall. As of September 24, got like 85,000 rounds on the JP5s. So this rifle was one of the original JP5s that I got. It's set up very, very similar to my main rifle. Starting at the tip, it does have the vertical comp. That's pretty much the only difference other than the lock piece. This is kind of for guys to feel the difference between the comps, feel the difference between the lock pieces. So when they demo it, decide for themselves. I still have the M-LOK handguard. I love this handguard. Super good texture on it, not too grippy. It's not going to shred your hands. Grippy enough that you don't slip. Got the UH1, Magwell, Magpul grip, Magpul stock, PRS Lite. I really do like. If you don't like it, put a different stock on it. The Raptor charging handle, and this one actually has a 60 degree lock piece. So given that this kind of is it's a practice gun, but it's primarily used at matches for a loner. If guys come in with like a 115, like the Federal American Eagle or whatever, it gives them that soft recoil impulse that they're expecting with the JP5. Really tames down the 124, 115 factory ammo. So that's why I've got that one set up at the 60 degree lock piece. This rifle is kind of mostly a practice gun, but it's also set up as you would kind of get it exactly from the factory. I haven't tuned anything on it. I haven't changed the springs. I haven't changed the SCS. It's running kind of an 80 degree lock piece setup. So same as before, 3-port comp. Really like that one. It's splitting hairs, but it just depends on how you shoot. M-LOK handguard, awesome texture. This one's also set up with a single dot, so I've got the Defender XL on it. If a guy wants to shoot, the UH1, it's an easy swap. Basically just pop the QD, pick your UH1, pop the QD there. The nice thing about these is they've held zero. I don't know how many times I've swapped these now. And with the JP5s, they're zeroed, they're good to go. So if you want to swap it over, totally fine. This is actually what I do in practice, so I'll run this UH1 between these two practice guns when it's super hot outside. When it's 110 degrees, these guns don't tend to cool off too fast, so if I only have an hour to practice and I want to do a lot of drills, that's what I do. I keep the guns kind of cool that way. For ammo, like the gold medal match, I also like 115 American Eagle, 124 American Eagle, really anything. The guns really all cycle pretty much everything. Even the 60 degree lock piece will cycle this stuff, so that's kind of cool. JP says, the 70-degree lock piece for the 150, 147, that's kind of for the 100% reliability. So just kind of use your own judgment there. For the NATO spec stuff, definitely go with the 60-degree lock piece. That's what it's intended for. And then for mags, I only run Glock brand Glock mags. They're the best. I've probably used this magazine body for 7 years now, and it's still solid. So no reason to change anything. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you guys got an idea of why I run the JP5s that I do. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But this was kind of a video to hit the high points of a lot of the things that I get asked on a day-to-day.